Hello class, I'm going to talk about ways for us as criminal justice professionals to deal with mental health crisis, people that are suicidal, or just people that generally that are in crisis. It seems that a vast majority of calls in 2019 were answered by regular police officers who had no real formal training in crisis prevention and de-escalating situations for people that do have some sort of mental illness or that are having some sort of depressive episode. So here are some of the things that I found, that I researched and that I read about, that I think are a good idea. So first of all, you got to talk about the different types of responses. So we're going to have an event-based response, we're going to have a person-based response, and we're going to have a place-based response. So an event-based response is going to be done with a crisis intervention team. So in over 2,700 communities nationwide, CIT programs create connections between law enforcement, mental health providers, hospital emergency services, and individuals and mental illness with mental illness and their families. Through collaborative community partnerships and intensive training, CIT improves communication, identifies mental health resources for those in crisis, ensures officer and community safety. So there is a big point to take out of that right there, and that is ensuring that not only the officer but the community is safe. And actually that statistic that I said before, it was actually more than 60% of the mental health calls received in 2019 were answered by officers who had not gone through the 40 hours of specialized training. Next, we are moving to person-based response. The second method of responding to a behavioral health crisis is person-based. The method seeks to identify high-risk individuals. A few cities have piloted person-based preventative programs that seek to identify high-risk individuals. Exact definitions of high users and identification strategies vary because of differences in population and data availability. Some of these approaches combine police administrative data with qualitative observations from officers to identify individuals who encounter police while in a behavioral health crisis. These time-consuming strategies provide rich insights but render the identification process challenging to generalize or replicate. And lastly, the last response initiative is place-based. So traditional hotspot mapping identifies with high concentrations of crime or 911 calls and facilitates focused interventions at high-use locations. Cities might deploy outreach workers to these hotspots. A Baltimore demonstration project sent teams of officers and mental health care providers door to door in areas with high violent crime and self-reported mental health needs. So analysis of the high-use locations underscores the need for improved infrastructure and service planning. Transportation hubs, group homes, and shelters have a staff equipped to work proactively with mental health providers. So these are just recommendations, ideas that may work for some organizations but may not for others. The size, budget, and scope of the mental health issues that each law enforcement agency faces are unique. So a better thing that I would say myself would be mobile crisis response teams, more training for your dispatchers, for your administration officials, and for your law enforcement. So I would like to thank you for watching my video, and have a great day.